I suppose you're wondering why you're here.
We want to talk about your performance.
You've really been actually showing up for us a lot, so we appreciate that. You know, you're watching this, and that's important to us because otherwise we would have no reason to record this.
Well, we still would because we like doing it.
Yeah, but then we'd only just be using it to critique ourselves, and we do that enough anyway.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really need improvement between the two of us.
Oh, no, we're perfect.
Yeah, here on the Rubber Duck Syndicate. I have part of the table stuck to my arm right now.
Welcome, everyone. I know that you're looking, all the dozens and dozens of people that watch us are wondering, like, hey, that is not their usual setup. What's going on?
We are now in our summer studio. So we ordinarily record in our studio in the garage at O's house, but during the summer months, you may have noticed from some of our earlier recordings made during the summer months last year that I looked like I was going to die.
Yeah, Daniel. We don't want Daniel to die in my garage because if he dies in my garage, they're going to blame me. I go to jail, and then I'm going to have to just like be the king of jail. And I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work. It's so much work being the king of jail. You got to follow like your cigarette counts. You got to make sure your bitches
And you don't even smoke.
Yeah, I know. And you have to make sure your bitches are in order. And then you also have to stab people. I don't want to do that. That's messy. I've already talked about blood on like a bag that I had.
Yeah, which turns out is probably mud because
it's probably mud because I probably dropped it somewhere and just didn't wipe it off.
But fascinating insights about O's shopping bags aside, I don't want to die during the summer, and we have this space now where I live, so during the warmer months we will be setting up shop here to film, and then during the cooler months again we'll head back to our fancy table in the garage.
Oh yeah, and right now we got this fancy enough table.
Yes, and soon we will have a green screen, so this is the only time you're going to see this, beige wall with remnants of whatever poster used to be up there. So take a good look because this is a limited edition.
Super special edition episode of the Rubber Duck Syndicate right here, right now.
This is our seasonal transition episode.
It's like the equivalent of like when you're watching a TV series and they like all go to the beach for some reason. Or they have a mountain trip and like someone gets lost in the woods.
Or if you're watching anime that's based on a manga, whenever they run out of the manga storyline, if they finish that storyline, but they still have a couple episodes left in the season and there's just no more storyline to pull from, they'll do random episodes. They'll just, okay, this is the cast, but they're all inexplicably in the Old West.
Yeah, they're all in the Old West, or they're all knights. Or like everyone gets gender swapped for some reason, or they show an episode or episodes of people having a different occupation that they like from what they were doing now. So instead of being the hero type that they are, they went a different path and they became a professional chef. And then shows you how they interact if they were still in that world.
And they happen to be the most badass professional chef of all time because they're supposed to be heroes.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So that's what we are. We are no longer heroes. We are temporarily professional chefs. That is exactly what we're doing. Which actually, will become relevant this weekend because I am hosting a dumpling party.
Yes, he is having essentially a home warming, party and having people.
It's a little bit late to be calling it a housewarming, but it's the first social event I've had. I've only had like one or two people actually set foot in this house other than me and the cats. He's one of them.
Also, Greg.
Yeah, yes, and Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg. We know who you really are.
Yes.
But, I'm always going to refer to him as Greg.
Yes, our pseudonymously referred to friend.
Yes. That created the intro that you saw earlier, in the episode. So
yes.
That's
so
great.
If you were impressed by the falling rubber ducks, which we were,
yes,
thank Greg.
And also the Da Vinci
dunking. Fantastic Da Vinci dunking. Yeah, which we may flash up here for a second because it's that good.
We'll put it here.
Yeah.
That was just too great.
Yeah.
Because we come up with a lot of random stuff, and we don't always have money for it, but we have great ideas. Because we had a couple of good ideas earlier today.
Do we remember them? Do we write them down?
I remember some of them. So there's a couple of storylines I remember was the two killers.
Right. Yeah, I like that idea.
So we won't. Well, we could say it here, but then I'm assuming like Netflix, Hulu, or whoever it may be.
Oh yeah, to all the Netflix executives who are secretly watching our podcast, hoping to mine our ideas. Here's a good one.
Yeah. Well, we won't say it because like if we say it out loud, then they'll take it and they'll be like, "Oh, you don't have any rights for it."
Okay, so we're gonna say it's a murder mystery, but it's different.
So
Is that really all we can say?
Essentially, we could because and I know that you like I'm not sure if you quoted it or you kind of told me where like all stories are essentially like different, like they're like what 5 or like
Yeah. So supposedly there are no new stories at all anymore. It's just different variations on stories that have already been told.
Yeah, because it's man versus man, man versus nature, man versus technology, man versus like it's all this or like or person versus person.
Yeah,
Like
a stranger comes to town, or our hero sets off.
Mm-hmm. Or it's like, oh, this person finding love, this person losing love, this person finding discovering love in this odd way, this person losing love. It's all different.
Sometimes it's a musical with loosely related poems about cats.
Mm-hmm. Cats.
That was West Side Story.
Okay.
We're bad at musicals.
Yeah. I'm like I always say that I'm a very awful gay. I know that.
Well, is it a fair stereotype that gay men should be into musical theater?
No. Well, I guess there was always kind of the stereotype where, gay men or people that were like, I guess, of the opposing, I guess, sexual orientation are supposed to be into musicals and being extremely creative and things of that nature. Like, I do appreciate musicals. It's just not my thing.
But, it's not true. Like, is there a stereotype about, like, for example, like all lesbians being into ice hockey or something like that? Is there a contrary stereotype?
Yeah, there's always the stereotypes of different people for different reasons. And we're not going to go into all of that because stereotypes are hurtful. Sometimes they're true.
Yeah, the one stereotype that I remember hearing about lesbians is that when a lesbian is ready to start a relationship, she's already got her U-Haul ready to go.
Yeah.
That is the only stereotype I've ever heard, and no one has ever told me that it's not accurate.
But also, see, that one is not a extremely hurtful one.
No.
Because it's just a funny one.
They are ready to commit.
Yeah, they are ready to commit. They're like, I've been on 2 or 3 dates with this person. I really like them. Hey, do you want me to move into my place, or I can move into yours, or we can move into our own?
We don't need to both be paying rent.
Yeah, we don't. Like, why do that? Yeah. Well, it's also, especially now with everything that's going on, and everything is just crazy expensive. So, yeah, committing to someone and possibly being in a relationship that could be short term. It could be your life partner. We don't know. You have to try it out. Do you have anything, sir, or I can?
Let's see if I got anything on my list.
Because I have several things. If you
Let's see.
And like we mentioned, folks, we're trying to be a little bit more consistent on what we can bring up and what we can talk about.
Yeah, I've got 2 things on my list, but I'm pretty sure at least one of them is one that you told me to put down. I'm not sure what the other one is. Did you tell me to put that one down too?
Wedding industry?
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote wedding industry down, and I can't remember what I was going to say about the wedding industry.
Oh, that's BS? Oh, we could just talk about that real quick.
Like many industries, but it's like, I don't know. I must have had a very, poignant thought about it to make myself write it in the list there.
Okay, well, we can
but
come back to that.
This would just be like randomly, riffing on the wedding industry, which is probably less interesting than having an idea.
Yeah, but we can go back to the other one. I guess color and design.
Palettes. Yeah.
So, if you have noticed, for people that are a little bit older, everything is colorless, and the design is very bland.
Yeah,
and
most new buildings, for example, have a range from gray to beige.
Yeah, and they don't have cool designs on anything anymore, or like a unique type of building. Everything is just perfectly square, or it has like just a little bit of an arch. Nothing where there's artistic design in a building anymore.
It feels like most architecture is as intentionally generic as it can be.
Yeah, and they do that on purpose, actually, because I believe it didn't start with McDonald's, but McDonald's is one of the ones that kind of.
Have you been into a McDonald's recently?
Oh, it's depressing.
Yeah, it's like being in a mortuary.
It is, because like they still have their, like, I would say their logo of being the yellow arches and the like a little bit of red background, but I remember McDonald's being like a little bit more colorful.
With a play place.
Yeah, with a play place. Not that I'm going to play in a play place because
there's a restraining order.
Yeah, they got rid of play places because of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks.
Just one bad apple spoils it for the rest of us.
Yeah, well, I did leave like a dozen bad apples in the playpen, so that's
I hope that's not a metaphor.
But even aside from the play place, like they would be a little bit more colorful. They would have like colorful signs like in the windows, things like that.
And the mascot was a clown, for crying out loud.
Yeah, the mascot. When's the last time you really seen Ronald McDonald in any commercial?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it hasn't been for a while.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. When, in the day and age when commercials will be on TV all the time, you would see Ronald McDonald pretty regularly. Like, yeah, they still have their normal commercials for like adults with like promoting the Big Mac or whatever it may be. But they still had commercials where Ronald McDonald would show up and do some clown shit.
Usually magical clown shit.
Yeah, magical clown shit. And, everyone would be like, yeah, Ronald. Now, I don't think a lot of people know who he is.
Now, that seems like maybe a bit of a reach. If people, I would be very surprised to find someone who genuinely did not know who Ronald McDonald is. But there's not really a great way to tell that because somebody can always pretend they don't know who Ronald McDonald is.
True. Yeah, they could do that, but
that would be one of those great. I'm such a hipster. I didn't care about McDonald's, so I don't know who Ronald McDonald is.
Yeah, I don't think hipsters can really exist anymore. Like,
can't afford it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, they were like, "Oh, I did this before it was cool," and like, cool. I'm glad you had money to do that, but now you actually don't. Well, a lot of people don't, and it's a very. We're not going to keep going down that route. But they were talking about the average pay for someone that is Gen Z. The average pay now, or how much they get paid on average, is around like $40 to $42K. Which is
nothing, but is more than I've made recently.
Until we get this podcast that's going to make us money.
Yep. Once we get the big podcast bucks.
Yeah. We're out there. We're coming for you, all people that are duo podcast people. We got a unique thing going on here.
Yes. Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, I have tons of them. But also the fact of like a lot of the ones I've seen that are popular are, they're both male, they're both female, or
one of each,
or one of each sometimes.
And I'm sure there are other combinations that we haven't considered, but those are probably the big three.
Yeah, those are probably the big three. But we are both males. Calm down, sir.
Those are the big three. Like, what other combinations are there? Unless we're getting into the various gradations of trans people.
It could be, but like it would depend on like what they want to be classified as, because it'd be like, oh hey, my name is Zane, I go by they them, or
our podcast is just called Them.
Yeah, that sounds menacing.
It does sound
like them.
which was like that was the movie about the giant ants, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was. We'll have to look that up. Or maybe find an old school movie about it. I think that was a sci-fi horror movie about gigantic marauding ants, which was basically somebody took close-up footage of ants and superimposed on people going ah.
Like the old school ones, like from like the 50s and 60s.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh shit. No, I guess getting back onto this, color and design. So yeah, there is the lack of design everywhere. And they've done documentaries on this and films where back in I guess around the 50s, they would make buildings that would look like the product that they were selling.
Yeah, because you would be able to spot it from the highway, and that was advertising. Before we had ubiquitous TV and radio.
Yeah. So yeah, there were places that were orange stands, and the orange stand looked like a giant orange. Famously in Los Angeles, Randy's Donuts.
The big ass donut.
The big ass donut there. Maybe they have very good donuts.
Was it Bob's Big Boy that in LA too?
Yeah, Bob's Big Boys, but I think they have started going out of business because they had a Bob's Big Boy and there was just a overweight man that was holding a plate of food and he was just like, and he was out there, but people would recognize him.
And most people of our generation would remember that you could easily spot a Pizza Hut by the shape of the building.
Yes. Oh, good news about that. I believe the current CEO.
I read that.
Yeah.
The huts are coming back, y'all.
Yes.
With the buffet and the salad bar and the arcade games. Yeah, so Pizza Hut is going to be classy and family friendly again.
I'm getting the diabetes because of it.
Diabetes. Although I have heard that there's one out in Kings Mountain that has been maintained as the old school Pizza Hut. So yeah, we may need to take a trip out there for lunch one day.
Well, we'll do that. And I'll also take you gambling so you can learn how to play blackjack and shit like that.
I know how to play blackjack. I just lose all the time.
Well, have you done it in a casino yet?
No. See, I love playing games and card games and even doing magic tricks. Mm-hmm. But the moment money comes into it, I become the opposite of Dustin Hoffman from Rain Man. Well, every possible decision that I could make is the worst decision.
Well, I will be there to help you out, sir. And be like, oh, you're going to try.
Are you going to get us thrown out of the casino?
No.
Are you a ringer?
No, I am not. Most of the time, I manage where I don't win big, but I don't lose big. So most of the time, I'll come out flat, or I'll be like, hey, I made an extra $40. Cool. Or if I lost some money, I'll be like, oh no, I lost $100 that I set aside for gambling.
So you're telling me that you're going to teach me how to have roughly the same results of not going into the casino?
True, but you'll get the enjoyment and free drinks.
Ooh, free drinks.
Yeah, free drinks.
Yeah, I really ought to drink more.
Yeah, please do. And because of you gambling, then you'll be able to drink more. Yeah, it all works out. But yeah.
Vegas, baby.
Yes. But everything is lacking color and design, and nothing seems cool. It just seems like what they're doing on purpose is they're making buildings very bland, very tame, not cool or unique looking, so that when what they're betting on is this business failing, so that the next person can come in, they're like, hey, here's this blank slate, it's already brown and gray for you.
Now that is... I won't say it's inaccurate because I don't know, but that is definitely a grim view of why things are so. Because the idea that people that own buildings, don't care who's renting them, because so long as they can keep renting the building, even if it's to somebody else, which is true of a lot of landlords.
It is.
But there's another reason that is at least partly responsible for this trend is the building materials. Mm-hmm. If you pay attention to especially recent construction, you can see that the panels on the outside, like the exterior panels, they are uniform across pretty much every building now. There is this, I forget who manufactures them, it might be multiple ones, but this sort of standard has come out for these panels. They're mostly beige and dark colored panels, but they're easier to install, they're cheaper to transport, and they last longer in the weather than traditional siding and other exterior designs.
Yeah.
Or exterior cladding, I guess is the word for. So almost all of the new cookie cutter looking construction has the same outside because it is literally the same outside, and they design the buildings to be able to install that quickly because the shorter the construction time is, the less the lower your costs are for running the building.
Yeah, but also the materials you're talking about, like, yeah, they are, readily available. They're somewhat cheaper, but they also don't have the quality like they did in the past.
Now, there's a fun idea there. So, what you said sounded an awful lot like they don't build them like they used to.
They don't.
Which is a great phrase because if you think about it, it doesn't make much sense.
Okay.
But it also makes a lot of sense.
Break it down.
So the reason they don't build them like they used to is it's just not true. Because they do build them like they used to. They also used to build a bunch of cheap-ass buildings that fell apart and degraded. We just don't see them because they fell apart and degraded. True. The ones that they built really well, the ones that lasted, we still see those, but they didn't build them all like that back in the day. They had just as many cheap, fall-apart construction things that were designed to last maybe 5-10 years. Mm-hmm. And, so they've always had cheap building materials and shoddy construction. But the only remaining examples we have of stuff from 100 years ago is stuff that was really solidly built.
Gotcha.
So it's an example of survivorship bias. The stuff that is left is not all that was there.
Okay.
So that's just a fun thing that was pointed out to me a couple years ago, and I've been interested in that idea because I used to go around and say, yeah, this is crap. Like when I have all of my money, I'm going to build a freaking mansion or a castle built out of solid stone and parapets and all that will last for hundreds of years to come. And I probably won't.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what the permits are for castles, sir.
I did always want to get. I'm pretty sure this is protected land, but out in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, so there's Highway 12, which goes right through the middle of the Outer Banks to Barrier Islands. And so if you're heading north, the right side, the seaward side of most of those islands, the right side of the highway, which is the side closest to the ocean, is where most of the houses and little villages and towns are built. The left side, which is toward the Sound, is a lot of it is protected, wetlands or something. So there's a lot of undeveloped area there because I think it's conservation efforts, or for whatever reason there is no development there. Now that may be because we found an endangered species, or because we just think it's better to leave that untouched. But one of my sillier fantasies was to one day be wealthy enough to get some of that land on the back side of the island, on the soundward side of the freeway, and build the Black Palace, or like a giant imposing thing with 2 towers and a moat and a big iron gate, and just have that be at least 5 stories tall so that I could lord over all of the stilt houses by the water. And maybe arrange a tax break for the locals to thatch their roofs.
I'm all about it, but the fact that you already named it the Black Palace.
I think I originally called it the Black Tower because it would need to be made of some really dark stone. Mm-hmm. It has to look like an evil wizard lives there. That's the whole point.
Just two, the quarters over here just rounded, the tower just up here. You can't make it 5 stories. You got to make it at least 8 stories. Or 7.5 stories.
Sir, what you're describing is a phallus.
Yes.
Just so we're on the same page.
Just dick tower.
So yeah, if you see the big black dick on Highway 12 in the future,
that's me.
You'll know that our podcast has finally made it.
It's a big old dick. Daniel must be here. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a wonder why they don't offer us city planning positions.
Yeah, they don't. All right. So I have a number of things. You can take the pick, sir.
Now I'm going to need my glasses.
Yes.
I can sort of vaguely see my phone for those other 2, and I remembered putting them in there, but
yeah,
I got no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, everyone look forward to actually having glasses in the future.
Okay, the story of your future ex-husband.
Yeah, we'll keep going past
your love language. Donald Gibb,
yes.
Ogre.
Yeah, Ogre. We'll talk about him briefly.
My being an awful fluffer, which I probably would be. Which day of the week are you? You asked me that earlier. I still got no idea where to go with that.
I'll explain it. So we'll cover that.
Favorite stand-up comedian, unique insults, and shipping the two of us.
Yeah, people.
I assume you mean like what would it cost to send us by freight?
No. All right, so we'll briefly talk about Donald Gibb, aka Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds series, but he was also in Bloodsport.
Yep, he played. I can't remember the character's name, but he was the likable weak one. Believe it or not.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. He's all maybe 6'6", and probably 300 pounds at a time, and he was the weak one in the fighting tournament.
Yeah,
but he was supposed to be the boisterous American who was showing up. That was, I can't say he was unskilled, but he was just coming in with brute strength.
Yeah, he was a brawler.
Yeah, he was a brawler.
Not like Frank Dukes, who really did all the things that the movie said he did.
Yes,
honest.
He was truly in a tournament to the death while he killed people. Yeah, well, the story behind that guy was saying that this is based off a true story of what I did, but he did none of it. He just came up with these stories.
Made all of it up, and then the 80s and cocaine.
Yes.
Therefore, he became a movie.
Yeah. But we'll get back to Donald Gibb. He passed away, I believe, last week.
Yeah, last few days.
Yeah, he passed away last week. So it was probably a day after we recorded already. So we couldn't talk about it then. So, or it could have been that day that we recorded and we already recorded and we couldn't talk about it. But he was a great guy. From what I know, in shows and movies that he was in, he was always showing up as a kind of positive character. He played Ogre.
Even Ogre eventually took a positive turn.
Yes.
But that you have to commit to several sequels for Revenge of the Nerds for that, and sadly, Revenge of the Nerds did not hold up over time.
Yeah,
as it contains a very rapey story element.
Yeah, yes. Folks, back in the 80s and some 80s and 90s and some of the early thousands, the sexual conduct that they had in the movies was pretty bad. Yeah. It was bad. They passed off as a joke, so people would be like, "Oh, this is kind of lighthearted." No, this man sexually assaulted this woman, or this woman sexually assaulted this man, or this man on man, or woman on woman. They pass off as a joke. They're like, "Oh, well, this person enjoyed it. It must be fun."
Yeah. As long as they had a good time, it wasn't anything awful.
Yeah. And then you kind of look at it later on, and you're like, "Oh, this was a situation in real life. That would be awful."
Yeah, that would be prison time.
That would be prison time. But no, I guess because this woman enjoyed having sex with a nerd and didn't know it was him until afterwards, she's okay with it.
Yeah, I had a realization about Revenge of the Nerds. It's before we had the idea of incels. Mm-hmm. It is basically a lighthearted incel fantasy. I mean, it was supposed to be one of those things that all of the geeks and non-jocks could identify with, but mainly male geeks and jocks because it was a movie about panty raids in college.
Yes.
But it was a fantasy about the picked on kids, getting their own. Yeah, the nerds.
Yeah.
But now you go back and look at it, and the
nerds were fucking bullies.
Yeah, the major focus of it is that the nerds wanted to get laid and would do whatever they thought would get it to work, regardless of the morals of it. So the Revenge of the Nerds is really the proto incel handbook. Ooh. Which is a shame because I remember liking that movie. Of course, that could be because I was an angsty teenager who got to see boobies in a movie.
Boobies!
Yay!
We all like boobies in movies. Even me. I will say that. Yeah, boobies.
As a rule, boobies are awesome.
Yeah, boobies are awesome.
But back to our previous topic of not sexually abusing. There's a way we can go from boobies are awesome to respecting women in one sentence, but I don't know that sentence.
Hey, just say this. We respect women. And if you do it consensually, great. Fantastic. A plus for you. But yeah, we will miss seeing Donald Gibb in different movies and TV shows because, like, he showed up in a lot of different TV shows too.
Yeah, he was always I guess the best way to describe it would be the lovable galoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big oaf of a guy. He was just a big dude that could play up being silly.
Yeah.
And
that is I can't say a difficult balance to do, but like a difficult casting, because a lot of times when I see a large person like cast in a TV movie, it's supposed to be the intimidating bodyguard bully kind of guy. But if you can have the giant maybe aloof person, and they can play it well, that works.
It's not my fault being the biggest and the strongest. Yeah. I don't even exercise.
But yeah, he will be missed because, like, say, him covering the roles like that was, I can't say few and far between. I did see him, like, say, a lot of different TV shows, but having other people kind of fulfill that role is going to be maybe a little bit difficult. Because there are plenty of actors out there.
Yeah, Donald Gibb was, even if you don't know his name, his characters were memorable.
Yes.
You have probably seen something with him in it, and you probably laughed.
Yeah. So we'll give a moment for Donald Gibb. All right. We'll move on to the next thing that I want to talk about. What day of the week you are.
Yeah, this, I do not understand the nature of the question.
I will explain it this way. So within your personality, you kind of think of what days of the week are out there and what they probably represent, how they go about it, and how people like them. So a lot of people obviously love the weekends. So they love Saturday, they love Sundays, but every day has a different kind of vibe to it. And so this will be kind of figuring out what your own personal vibe is and what kind of vibe you kind of give off to people and what you think you are. So for myself, I believe I'm a Tuesday. You can't really hate me for being Tuesday. Typically, a lot of people don't like Mondays because, like, you're going back to work, you're like, oh, Monday's a drag, it sucks. Tuesday, you really don't dislike it as much. Even if you have Monday off, you come back to work Tuesday, you're not super angry about it. You're just a little disappointed. You're like, it's Tuesday, but it's not the worst day of the week. So you're coming on Tuesday.
But are you saying that people like you more or less based on somebody else that came before you? Like whether or not there was a Monday in the mix?
No, I would say that people kind of enjoy my company of, they don't really dislike me for like any particular reason, but you're not overly excited to see me. You see me, but like, that's okay. You're not angry about it. You're not overexcited, but you're just kind of like, hey, O's over there. All right. But I would say that Tuesdays are kind of like because of tacos. And, well, typically how things were before, Tuesday were a media day. So that's when all like physical media will come out.
Like new comic books.
Yeah, your comic books, your video games, your music. Typically things came out then on Tuesday. Now it's just, I guess, whenever it comes out.
So your personality is based on distribution efficiencies.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, no one's overly excited to see me, but you're not mad to see me. It's just like, hey, that's okay. But like there are, and I'll explain this a little bit more. So some people think that they have, and I hate to use this, and I'm pretty sure you're going to dislike it. They have the main character energy. They're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely Saturday, I'm hyped. And you're like, no one's excited to see you, and you think that you're this, you're not. A lot of people assume that they're probably a Saturday or a Sunday or a Friday.
You're the Saturday when we have to do laundry.
Yeah. They swear up and down that they are the main character, that they're the excitement, that they're the person that everyone looked forward to. yeah, there are some people out there that have that energy and give off that kind of vibe, but everyone is not that person. And those people that really swear that they're that person, they might be actually a Thursday. They could be a Thursday where it's like, you're not quite the weekend, you're almost there. So, with that explanation, what day of the week do you think you are?
Clearly, I would be a Wednesday.
Okay.
Because everyone knows Wednesday is hump day. And based on the name, you'd think that one thing. But really, most people are getting laid on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So Daniel's a Wednesday. Hey, well,
I got one joke and I'm sticking with it.
Well, no, it's just like it's a thing that's been out for a little while, and people just kind of.
So this has been going around the internet. The what day are you?
Yeah. Huh. So, but like, yeah, because like if you're an extremely chill person, maybe you're a Sunday. If you're a fucking manic person and you're just crazy and out there and
just another manic Monday.
Yeah, you're a Monday. Or if you're like that person that is on the verge of being, super exciting and things like that, maybe you're a Friday. Like it really kind of depends on your personality and how you approach things.
Most people have the ability to do something on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's one of those nights that most people frequently have open.
Yeah. So that could be a thing where, yeah, Daniel's open and available because like he is a Wednesday. And so like if I were to assign you a day, I would, yeah, you would be a Wednesday. Because like, yeah, that's when a lot of people are available for stuff. They know that they're in the middle of the week and they're like, okay, everything is not that bad, but we look forward to everything that's going to be coming up.
Now, do they sell just like 7 packs of the days of the week underwear with like individual days? It's like, once you figure out what day you are, can you just commit to that?
Shut the fuck up, man.
I thought it was a valid question.
Tuesday only underwear. If you get lucky, it'd be like, oh, the weekend, let's get it. Wednesday, oh.
So you liar.
You're like, Wednesday, Yeah.
Oh, dear God. If I have to pass the sniff test to forget any kind of physical contact with someone...
You're going to still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're over here trying to bullshit. You're like, yeah. You're going to still do it. We know. Well, speaking of,
Oh, there's a great segue.
So Daniel and I hang out a lot. We do this podcast, but outside of the podcast, we still hang out as friends. But some people ship us together.
Apparently. Frankly, I'm surprised more people don't assume we're in a relationship.
Yeah. Because, so we were at our friend's party was it Memorial Day? This was Memorial.
Well, it was Memorial Day. It was on Memorial Day, but the party was really sort of a generic. It was a birthday party for 2 kids.
But one is important.
One that we know. Hey, Vinny, shout out. Yeah. And then it was also an excuse for Patrick and Maria to throw down in the kitchen.
Yes.
Which they love to do and we love to eat.
Yes, we do. And we're still eating on their food.
Still got some brisket left.
Yes. Delicious brisket. So we were at this party and our friend Denise had her nieces.
Nieces, I think? Yeah.
Yeah, nieces there.
Denise's nieces.
Denise's nieces. They were there and assumed that Daniel and I were a couple. Which is not a issue.
Yeah, which is not a long reach. If you're gonna make assumptions.
Not an issue. Yeah. But I guess since they were younger, I think they were like 11. Maybe?
Yeah,
10 or 11.
Yeah, they were like beneath college age and like
Yes.
able to speak and have a conversation. So they were anywhere from 6 to 17.
Yeah, they were a child, but they kind of shipped us together and asked our friend Denise about it. Like, are Daniel and O like together? So Denise told her like, hey, ask them. And it's like, ask us what it is. What? And for like 5 minutes, we're asking, what is the question that you have for us? We already kind of knew it. We just wanted to hear from her.
Yeah, because apparently the squirming and the ick that she felt just being forced to ask that question was really very entertaining.
Yes, it was. So we answered her question by just going like this. What freaked her out? Like, oh my God, no! I don't know why. It was
It's because
funny.
there were two adults lying to her. Oh.
Yeah. But if this was just like one-time occurrence, that would be different. So if we go all the way back to, I think it was like episode 3 or 4.
Do we number these things?
Yeah, we do. This is going to be...
We're on 34 or 35 now, I think.
this is going to be 36. Yeah, you guys have been around
I was
for a
close.
while. Yeah, 30-something. But if you go all the way back, I had my brother on earlier on.
The brother was number 3. I remember that.
Yes, okay. Yes, he is brother number 3. Maybe he was on episode number 3.
That would make it easier to remember if we put that much thought into it.
Ooh, yeah, that would work. But anyways, he was here visiting, him and his wife, and I was playing a game with them recently, and I was mentioning you about like doing the podcast, and talked about you, I guess, like dating or finding a woman or whatever it may have been, and he's like, Daniel's not gay? I was like, no, Daniel isn't gay. He's like, oh, I didn't know. He's like, it doesn't matter to me. I was like, yeah, he's looking for a woman. So if you know some, send them my way. Send them Daniel's way. What made it funnier was a few days after that, after I talked to my brother, he talked to his wife about it, saying like, oh yeah, Daniel's not gay. And she's like, what? He's not? So they were both surprised that you are not gay, sir.
I would imagine that there are a great number of people that know the two of us that don't realize I'm not gay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really an issue because like most of the people this applies to are not like single women that I'm trying to date. Mm-hmm. So who gives a shit what they think?
Yeah. But also the people that know us both also know our sexual orientation. And it's not like you have an issue with it. You're like, you just kind of find it funny. I find it funny. I was like, oh, that's...
I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad.
Yeah, we
copyright.
Copyright. Yeah, we gotta stop there. No, but the people that know us, know us personally, and they just know that we're really good friends. And honestly, look at fucking Daniel. Look at him.
I don't know where we're going with this, but sure,
I'm
have a look.
No, I was going to just say the fact that he is a good-looking dude. He has full head of hair. Ladies, he's just 6'3". Just go with that.
Yeah, I'm slouching right now. But,
he's slouching right now, but he is a very tall individual. But you are not you are not a bad-looking dude. You don't appeal to me. I don't have any sexual feelings for you. Hopefully not over here.
I mean, should I be hurt by that?
No, it's just...
It's like, how dare you not want to fuck me?
I'm saying that for the fact that I guess some people would assume that our friendship is built on me trying to do something. I'm like, no. Daniel,
yeah, these are the people that are afraid of gay people in bathrooms.
Yes, they're like, oh, the guy's gonna get me. I'm like, no, that no one's doing that. Like, that is a fabricated story that, fuck off. No, but like some people would assume, they're like, oh, your friendship is based off like sexual attraction. I'm like, no. Daniel and I started our friendship because I broke his glasses and stepped on his foot.
It's true.
And then we keep talking about fucking never-ending story all the time.
Artex!
That our friendship is built on just our love of different...
Yeah, like early childhood trauma in media.
Yes. Media trauma. That's what we're about.
Yeah, really, there probably ought to be, support groups for people that were traumatized by the Artex scene.
Oh, my goodness. Just, like, all the stuff that was coming out in, like, say, late 70s, 80s, 90s was just heart-wrenching sometimes. Because, like, I did get, like, a little choked up with Brave Little Toaster.
I only saw part of that. I don't know how it ends, and I'm not sure what the beginning is. But somewhere in the middle, I remember where they're in the junkyard, and like the exceedingly creepy junkyard guy, like basically massacres a blender.
Oh yeah!
Like, oh my god! Like that's enough for me. I'm done.
It was pretty freaking bad because it's like, oh, this is a cute little kids movie. He's trying to get back to the little kid that he likes. Oh no, they got to a junkyard and all these things were essentially kind of sentient. They had lives, they had eyes and movement and feelings, and then you just see them getting shredded and torn apart.
Yeah, disassembled.
Yeah,
and, it was dark.
Oh, it was so dark. And then you think about
like the only way that movie could have been darker is if like the brave little toaster finally finds his way back to the kid in the tub.
No, that's it. We're out of here. Bye. They're like, oh, you got your... Okay, that's cute.
That's let me know when it launches. I'll like and subscribe. By the way, like and subscribe, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to say that.
Yeah, like,
Feels
subscribe.
dirty.
Like, subscribe, hit buttons, hit bells, do dinglings and things like that.
Remember us.
Remember me.